So, we've got some power issues. Yeah, it's a whole thing. We'll explain in a minute.
We had a big debate on whether or not to get these tires before this trip or wait until after the trip to get new tires. I'm very thankful that we ended up going with the all-terrains and taking care of it before the trip, because I think it was the right call. I think it's already proven itself in the few dirt roads we've been on here on the island. So, good call. Good call by us.
Like a shirt.
Thank you. Speaking of, that's our sponsor for today's video, ourselves. Oh, Jesus. Who's this pretty lady?
You're talking about me.
Oh, that one too? Nah, you gotta get in. Good boy. Ready? 3, 2. Oh God, oh God, oh God. It's so cold, but so worth it. And it doesn't hurt to just, rinse off in the glacier water. At the top of a waterfall. There's the top of the waterfall right there. We got this nice little swimming hole. You gonna save me, boy? Hey, come here. You're okay. Come here. Right over here. Right here. Over here. See, now you can get up over this way. Does feel good. Tell us, boy.
That guy slipped into the water trying to save his dog before Brad came to his rescue. We called the spot Slippery Rock, as that was the third person who came by to see it and unexpectedly slid into the frigid river. Even I slid within the first few minutes of being on the rock. We have been on the go a lot lately, trying to get to Alaska. These rare days where the weather is perfect, the mosquitoes are down, and we have a day or two to stay put, we've come to cherish in an immense way. And then there are those other days. Well, good morning. As you can see, I'm getting on top of the van. The last few days we've definitely had some power issues, so let's get into that and tell you guys what's been going on. As you can see, solar panel is still there. The only thing I don't know is the water is getting into the actual panel. Kind of see where it's shattered. And then this seems to be the biggest spot. Everything looks okay. I feel like anytime anything happens with the power system, it's always on a rainy day. So, of course, it's been so sunny and beautiful up until today, the day that we finally decided to check out our power system. So that's what we're gonna do today. I don't know how long it's gonna take, but however long it takes, it takes. What's happening is two things. We're not getting as much solar as we normally get, and we're also using a lot of power as well. And we don't know why we're using so much power, because nothing should be running. We've turned off everything, the fridge, lights, fans, everything's off. There should be nothing else running, but our battery's still draining. So we need to figure that out. We've been through a lot of bumpy roads, so something could have rattled loose. I don't know. That's what we're gonna check out today.
We're gonna have to move the mattress to where I'm standing since it's raining outside. Take everything out of the garage and put it probably under the van. This is one of those times it's not fun to have a Tempur-Pedic because they're heavy and bulky, and we don't want it getting wet, so we're not gonna put it outside. But I think we have enough space in here. I think we've done it before where we've left it in here. Okay. So somewhere in this mess. Oh, sick.
Guess you're wondering what happened. All of the legs to our tripod have fallen off within the last few days. So
here's the two. Now we're a monopod.
whatever.
Somewhere in here is probably something loose. So we got an umbrella up here. Charlie's taking everything out of the garage, putting over here so we can access all the wires that are down underneath here as well. Okay, well that one could be maybe part of the problem. It's definitely loose, so we'll start there.
The good news about if things happen with your home is because we built it, we know how to fix it. Well, hopefully. We have the tools to fix it, so that's nice. At least I feel like, whereas before we always had to go back to the hardware store to get a tool or to get something, I feel like now we finally got all the tools.
Enough has gone wrong with it at this point to where we kind of know what to look for, and our friends over at Light Harvest have really helped us out in troubleshooting these. So I'm not sure, this connection seems pretty loose. It still should be connected though.
It says we're getting solar. It says, I mean, the solar panel is a 360 watt solar panel and we're only getting 2 watts. So doesn't make sense. The panel, yes, it is shattered, but it has been working for weeks. So we don't know what happened from a few weeks ago till now. So hopefully just some loose wires is all it is. Fingers crossed. If you're wondering where the dogs are or all of our stuff, you probably saw, it's all right there. There's our mattress, all of our bedding. Sophia's trying to figure out where she's supposed to go. Cannoli, she's just chilling. When our mattress isn't available, Sophia doesn't know what to do with her life.
If we get this fixed at least, then our alternator will actually charge our batteries as we're driving, since the drives are so long here. You know, we should still be able to have plenty of battery power once whatever the connection issue is fixed. So I'm looking forward to it. We're gonna double up these connections. This is also why it's very important to be prepared when you do any big trip. Luckily we carry the tools to fix anything that breaks. Sometimes maybe we carry too many tools, as some might say, but it's nice to be able to fix it on the fly if you need to, and if you're able to.
Are there supposed to be like burn marks on these?
Yeah, they're from the lighter. They're not.
Oh.
They're not from like anything else.
I was like, do we have electrical fire here?
You can see I just got that one all charred too. A torch or something works a little bit better, a little faster. But
so the last few days, Brett and I have been staying at this really gorgeous spot. It has been so peaceful. It's definitely a popular spot. There's about 4 to 5 different campsites all along the creek right here. And it's been sunny and warm and perfect weather, which is why the power system hasn't been that bad. But as soon as it started to get overcast in the evening yesterday, definitely the power system was causing us some trouble. We've actually had to turn it off the last few nights. If it dips below 30%, we just turn it off if we're having any problems with it. And then the only thing is the fridge we turn off, but we just don't open it. So it stays cool. And then this morning we just turned on the van to charge it up. It charged it, I mean, when we turned the power back on, it was about 30% still, and then charging it with the van, it went all the way up to I think 70 or 80%.
But within the last 2 hours, it's gone from I think like almost 80% down to 50%. So there's something wrong because we have 300 amp hours of battery. And the only thing we're using at the moment is a little 12 volt fan for our bathroom, the 12 volt fridge, and our 12 volt lights. So it really shouldn't be, we shouldn't be drawing this much power. It's kind of like we have all of our laptops and all of our electronic gear plugged in right now. That's kind of what it feels like. See if this one works, and then we'll check for more loose connections.
So you don't turn it off while you work on it?
Yeah, this fuse is off, or breaker.
In going through Brad's dad's house, we found some pretty cool things that he had. One of them I kept, and it is a worry no more kit, and inside of it 2 very fragile me holding them on the screen is hilarious. I have not named them yet, don't mind the dog hair. And these are for if you are worried or anything, you put this little box under your pillow every night, and you tell them your worries, and then they take your worries away from you. So I thought that was kind of cool. So we've been having that under our pillow every night. Told them about our power problem, but maybe they didn't hear me. Just kidding.
Just doing the tug test on all of these connections. That one might need to be, yeah, I think this one might need to be fixed too.
Check the breaker box. Tightened everything.
Everything seems good there. Tight squeeze in here.
And the rain is just coming down. We put these little storage things on the back doors right there. All of our shoes are in there and they're getting all wet. That's okay. So now we just need to check.
So this was the original battery we put in. There's definitely some play in there, but oh, heat shrink's not even on there. That's weird. Alright, well, let's just go ahead and replace it. That could be something. Or it could just be all these little things just adding up. You know. Yeah, that could be part of it. I mean...
Oh. Just maybe a part?
Huh?
Just maybe a part of it.
Maybe a part of it. Electrical tape.
We've been on more bumpy roads in the last 2 weeks than ever. Because like the main streets here are crazy.
Yeah, some of the roads we've used to come across the island have been crazy bumpy, so it doesn't really surprise me that something like this would happen. If you've seen any of our old videos, like the Holden Village one, where I spent a whole weekend by myself trying to figure out this power situation, and then since then it seems like it's worked pretty well, but I think on occasion things get loosened and we do push our van to the limit, so it makes sense that things would rattle loose. Sweet.
Why is that happening?
It's because we're getting solar and then not getting solar.
The lights, the puck lights above me. So right now, as we're working on the power system, they're going like on and off, and that's what I just asked, is why is that happening? Brad explained. If you haven't figured out by now, Brad is the person who did our electrical system. I supervised. But yeah, so Brad's the person who installed our electrical system. I helped, but he knows a lot more about it than I do, so I'm very thankful to have him.
Which is also probably why we're having so many issues with it, but that's okay. That's okay, because it's the only way you're ever gonna like learn your whole system and really know how to fix it if things go wrong.
I just can't believe it's at 100% with just the solar. So the solar, that's good news. That's great news. That means the solar is 100%. Right? No?
Oh. No, ma'am. That's not what that means. If you look, we're drawing 42 volts, 0 watts. I think it's giving us just enough to like probably run the lights.
If it was working like it should be, what would it be at?
Well, I mean,
would it be at 360 watts?
I mean, not today, because it should, yes. In theory, it should, because we have a 360 watt panel. I think we're realizing that a big portion of our panel might be dead, even though Light Harvest told us it should be fine and they're pretty resilient. I think we're realizing that a big portion of our solar panel's dead. So it should be at 360 watts. And I mean, we should be pulling some now, even still, but we're at 0 watts. So, flicker all back on and see what's going on with it. %. Yesterday we monitored this thing pretty heavily. It topped out at 61 watts, our solar panel, so in theory 300 watts of our panel is dead. And it was full sun, so like right now we're getting 11 watts, and this panel was designed kind of for this weather, and it worked for us. Oh, 12 watts.
It's going to work, I know.
It's going up. If we could figure out the issue with the batteries and why we're draining so much, if we could just, drive, that'll charge our batteries pretty quick off the alternator. So I'm very thankful that we installed that DC to DC charger. So all is not lost if we lost our solar panel. But it's never just one thing that goes wrong at a time, it's multiple things. So let's run the van and then we'll see where we're at. Okay.
So we really were hoping that the solar panel would work a little more than it has been. Yes, we can get a new solar panel and replace it, but when we installed our solar on the roof, we didn't anticipate ever taking it off. So it would be quite the task to remove the solar panel and install a new one. We'd have to tear up the roof inside the van and then remove the whole unistrut and our new storage on the roof that we just installed. So it's possible, but it is expensive and it would be a lot of work. So if that's what we have to do, worst case scenario, we can, but I'm hoping that one of these fixes will help.
So we're charging the battery. It's only starting to rain a little bit harder. I think we're gonna put everything away and head to our next destination because we need service and potentially we need to talk to our solar guy. So we're gonna keep charging this. We're getting 14 watts of solar. The van's running. It says we're at 87% now. So we're just gonna keep an eye on it and go to our next destination.
First we gotta put all this away.
Yep.
And put our bed back.
The van's kind of messy, but it's all back together. So we're at 81%.